Hey guys, it's Miss Haiti with Why Be Confused, and this is another episode of the Break series, all about taking a break and what to do with your break, answering questions that you've asked me, or things I just think you need to know. All right, so today is all about efficiency and breaks. So, while breaks are a moment away from responsibilities, expectations, and productivity, they do assist with your efficiency. So, let's get into some of these things. One, the breaks allow for creativity to prosper. Any creative person tells you like you can't create on the spot at all times. It's just not how things work. Breaks allow for the creative juices to flow. You actually have to experience life to be able to create. And if you're constantly working, you're not experiencing life, and then it makes it really difficult to create. um, Breaks make your personal and professional relationships healthier. Yes. Breaks are a form of stress management, and when we are less stressed, we are nicer human beings. Oh, eyelash. Well, that was fixed. We are nicer human beings when we are less stressed. So, yeah. Then you can't build with freshly poured Lego blocks. You have to wait for them to cool off and get sturdy. Let me, I'm gonna come back to that one because I kind of stole that analogy from a friend and then like built on it. But you know, we're gonna get into that. First, breaks allow for creativity to prosper. Okay. Even if you don't consider yourself to be a creative individual, problem solving requires a degree of creativity. You can't problem solve when you're staring at the problem all day, right? You can't just look at the problem and be like, because the longer you look at it, the more hopeless you become. You're just like, we could never find a solution to this. It's just it's a multifaceted problem. You need time away from the problem in order to find a solution. So even if you're not a painter, an author, um, even if you're not a creator in that aspect, you still have to do it. Here I am, why be confused? This may not be considered a creative space, but I have to be creative in order to make these videos, in order to make our social media content. While it may not traditionally be looked upon as a creative space, I do rely on my creativity in order to continue creating content and being of assistance to you all. So, taking your breaks and taking my time away helps. One of the reasons why I batch film is because of one, I don't have to continuously film once every week. So that's not something that's constantly in my schedule. And I won't really get burnt out from filming because it's not something that happens all the time. If I had to put on my makeup once a week and sit in front of a camera and talk, this channel would not make it. If we're being honest, I would have gave up a long time ago because it's just a lot. But because of batching, it's like, oh, I do this once every 3 months. I can do that. Um, and also, because I'm only doing it once every 3 months, during that 3 months, ideas randomly pop in my head. I put them in my Asana, I put them on my notebook, and I come back to it. And so you guys end up getting better content because I'm not constantly creating. I have the ability to work on other skills. If I was creating a new video every week, when would I have time to better my editing? Which, if you looked at my first video and you look at my videos now, my editing has gotten a lot better. When would I have time to like work on that stuff? When I have time to think of ways to make that easier for myself? Because I don't really like video editing. It's not something I enjoy. I appreciate the creative aspect of it, but it's more like a means to an end for me at the moment. So I'm finding ways to make it as simple as possible for myself. And that's why you guys get these like one take videos that I put into something because I'm not editing all day. It already takes long enough to do it this way. So yeah, I would not be able to have Why Be Confused or my other stuff if I was constantly doing it. I would feel very overwhelmed because I do a lot. I am involved in a lot. And if I had to face all of those things every day or even every week, yeah, no. So I don't expect you guys to do it either. So that's why I stress the importance of breaks or taking time away from things, because you're not a robot, so don't expect yourself to operate like one. Then breaks make your personal and professional relationships healthier. We are all nicer to our coworkers when we got back from a vacation. Now, I'm not saying that you guys are the office bully or anything like that, but even with how quickly you get frustrated with stuff, your frustration time becomes longer when you just come off of a break. And when you're taking regular breaks, you get more of that refresh time. Things are in better perspective for you, right? It's like, oh, this job is stressful, but I was just on the beach with my family and that was great. Like, now there is definitely a moment where you're like, I'd rather be on the beach. But if you're getting that time in, it doesn't feel as like, oh, why am I here instead of on the beach? Like, you're just gonna go to the beach this weekend. All right, let me hurry up and get through this week so I can go to the beach. And you can do it with a better attitude. And also with your personal relationships. We are required to wear multiple hats. There's not very many people who just do one thing in this world anymore. We're all out here doing multiple things. So because we're required to wear multiple hats, we're also required to perform at a certain level, in those different those different responsibilities. So taking breaks helps with your personal relationships because those close to you know everything that you're doing. They see you for pretty much all the things that you're doing, and you react to them while you're doing those things. And so when you take more breaks, they're not getting the brunt of your stress, right? Because you don't have the brunt of your stress anymore. You're not weighing your family down, with your moodiness, because you've been taking your breaks and you've been taking care of yourself. So I have seen a drastic difference in my relationship with my husband since I've been on my burnout prevention journey. Before, it was like, why are you looking at me? I have like 10 things to do. And now it's just like, oh, hey, what are you up to? Oh, yeah, I don't have to do anything until Tuesday. Like, oh, yeah, I'm free. Oh, you want to go on a date next weekend? You know what? Let me just adjust my calendar. I'm gonna move some things, and I'll clear that spot for you. Like, that's how it's become since I've been on my burnout prevention journey. And so when you're taking these breaks, you can, one, you're more accepting of things that just randomly into your life and make you pause because you're just like, okay, I can do that. And two, you're not you when you're stressed. I sound like a Snickers kind of commercial. You're not you when you're hungry. Well, hunger is a form of stress. So you're not you when you're stressed. Like, don't do it to yourself. You're not the person you truly are meant to be. You're not able to show your true personality when you're stressed out. So that's how it can improve your relationships. And then lovely, now my friend is like, he's into fitness and he coaches people. So he was talking about how like your muscles are like Lego blocks and you can't grow on weak blocks. You kind of need to relax so that the blocks can get stronger. And so then I took that and I was like, ooh, I'm stealing your analogy. And I thought about, if you go to like a Lego manufacturing factory, whatever, and you see them pour the plastic, like, and I'm pretty sure it's like melted down, they pour it into the molds, right? If you try to take that out of the mold, one, you're gonna burn yourself. Not advisable. And two, that block is not a block yet. It's a blob. So if you try to build a house with that, you're not gonna have very much success. But if you allow that block to cool down within the mold, then it becomes a Lego block. And now you can build your house. And I think of myself that way. When I am stressed and I am just going and I'm just doing things, I am that melted plastic into a mold because my goal is the mold. I'm currently pouring myself into my goal, right? And if I keep pouring, or if I try to pull myself out immediately and try to keep building on that, I'm like, oh, this task has been completed. No, don't. No, it's not going to work. I'm not ready yet. I'm not done. I'm not a Lego yet. So when I allow myself time after that to relax, to breathe, to enjoy life, to laugh at the squirrel on the roof, then all of my hard work has settled and I am now a Lego block. And I'm like, okay, I can now take myself and add this thing that I just worked really hard on onto the masterpiece of my life, which is my little visual house of Legos. That's what I like to think of. My house made out of Legos is the life that I'm trying to create for myself. Let me know what you think about the analogy. It may be a little corny, because I'm a little corny, but I think it is the best explanation of how I think of bricks. So that I feel like I've been talking forever, probably because I'm batch filming, so I have been talking forever. But this video probably isn't that long. I don't know. I have no gauge of time on these. The next episode that's going to come out next week, is how to cancel out the noise when you're taking a break. So we're going to go ahead and end this video so I can get to talking about that, because I'm really excited about talking about that. And if you like this video, go ahead and like it. Comment your thoughts on anything that I said. Let me know how you feel about the Lego analogy. And subscribe to the video if you like the content. And if you can't wait for next week's episode, go ahead and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when it comes out. I will see you guys later.